Okay, we're back here in the house and took a little break there and wanted to relay some stories about Grandma Henke, or Uncle Paul's mother, about how she helped a lot of women as a midwife. So, Uncle Paul, I'll let you talk about it.
Yes, I experienced that quite a bit. We had the old Model T car, and that, generally speaking, was the vehicle we used when Mother got the call that she was needed. And we three boys, and when Mother called upstairs, I usually was the one, biggest part of the time anyway, that answered the call. And one in particular was when Willie Essie called that his third child was Janie, the next child after Willie Essie Jr., that is now had the polio, is in a wheelchair. And I recall when that child was born, I was the one that took Mother for that service, and Brother Eugene had used the car that day and had a flat, and our old Model T was the type that always had a demountable rims and a spare tire. But when he came in, he didn't see to it that the flat tire was fixed. When Mother got the call, I went out and checked the car and discovered that the flat tire was flat, the spare was flat. I reported to Mother, and we got a flat tire. She said, well, we can't wait, we got to go. So we took off, and it just so happened that the new road was opened up, but all that was done, the timber was chopped off with axes above the ground, right there in Coy City where the road went towards Lentz, and Willie Essie was going to be parked at the Lentz schoolhouse. And going down through that road, and I must have hit a sharp mesquite stump. Anyway, directly I heard a big noise and my right front tire blew out. Well, there was no way to stop. We just kept going, and it had been raining lots. The ground was soft and muddy. And when I got to the Lentz school with Mother, why she got out of the car and got in the car with Mr. Essie. Well, the roads was so muddy and a lot of bog holes, and they was going to go off Mother in Mr. Essie's car, and I was to follow the old Model T on 3 tires, one of them on the rim. They didn't get far until Mr. Essie got stuck in a mud hole. So I caught up with him, I got out and pushed him, and they got going again. And then, I don't know, those that are familiar with that old road at that day and time, you soon made a turn to the left, and that went on towards the Retzler place. But not too far up there is where a road teed off to the right, and that was right in front of the old Huffman lived there, in a big 2-story building, but there was a mud hole in front of their house again. Mr. Essie got stuck, so I got out and pushed him and got him going again. So the only thing I could follow, the old Model Ts just had that old magneto light. If you didn't keep your motor revved up, you didn't have any lights. Dark nights, so I had to do a lot of dragging the clutch. In other words, I could speed up my engine to keep lights every once in a while. And I just kept following that red taillight of Mr. Essie's car, and finally wound up at Willie Essie's house, where the birth was in progress by the time Mother got there. Well, Essie Jr. and Mildred, now the Mrs. Max Giese, they were just little children, and in their bedroom they made me a pallet on the floor. I laid down and went to sleep then that rest of the night. Next morning we got up, and then Mr. Essie, Willie Essie, and myself tried to find an inner tube that we could patch up, and he had a tire, well, we didn't go get a new tire, but I don't know, I guess at that day and time a lot of the people had tires that would fit the old Model T, 30 by 3.5, when you had the mountable rims. But if you didn't have those, then you had that size tire on the back of the Fords and just a 3-inch tire in front, a little bitty narrow thing. Anyway, we got a tire fixed up, and then sometime through the later part of the day, then Mother and I, we went back home in our old Model T.
That was the end of that one there, huh? I mean, as far as that delivery.
Yes, the child was born. It was a little girl. It was I'm not mistaken, it's Janie was her name, and I think later in life, then she married a Methodist minister. I think I'm right, but I wouldn't say for sure.